In section 3.6, we're going to learn about exchange rates and proportions. And so here, let's just get started. So we use the internet to find the current exchange rate for converting US dollar into the Chinese yuan. All right, so I checked the exchange rate, and 1 US dollar is equal to 6.391. All right, and also we could put the Chinese denomination on top and the US dollar on the bottom because that's the exchange rate. So now they want us to complete this table using the exchange rate. 0 US dollars would be 0 yuan. All right, so we're going to see what 20 would be. So I'm going to go into my calculator and we do 6.39 times 20. 127.8. We do 6.39 times 40. 255.6. 6.39 times 60 is 383.4. 80 is going to be 511.2, and 100, that would be 6.39 times 100. You move the decimal place over, that's going to be exactly 639. All right, so step 3 says write an equation that will convert from US dollar into yuan. All right, so we'll make y be the Chinese denomination. Is going to be 6.39 times US dollar. So D is US dollars and W is Chinese currency. The number of yuan is 6.39 times whatever number of dollars you have. So which is the independent variable and which is the dependent variable? Use your terms and use your answer in terms of input and output. Okay, well, if I look at this equal sign, whatever on this side, the formula, that's your input. So D is input, US dollars is input, and W is the output. That's your result. That's the result of your calculation. So US dollars would be considered the independent variable, and the Chinese yuan is the dependent variable. How many Chinese yuan do you have? Well, that depends on the number of US dollars you're converting. How about number 5? The average cost in China of an imported Volkswagen is equivalent to 24,000 US dollars. How much is that in the Chinese yuan? All right, so rather than 10 or 100, these small numbers, that's going to be 6.39. And in this case, our input is 24,000 US dollars. And that's going to be 153,360 yuan. So for number 6, it says, at various times over the past 10 years, economists in Western countries have felt that China was manipulating the value of its currency, keeping it artificially low in order to give the country an export advantage. The point is that if yuan, I don't know how to say that word, is valued at less than it's actually worth, imported goods that come into the country will cost more in yuan than they should, and that will make imports less attractive to Chinese buyers, leading to an export advantage. Some economists feel that the yuan is valued at 20% less than it should be compared to the US dollar. So in other words, they think this number should be more than 6.39. I'm sorry, they think that this should be 20% less. Okay, so 20% less. If that's accurate, $1 should be worth less yuan. $1 should be worth 20% less yuan than the actual exchange rate. If the yuan is undervalued by 20%, then $1 would be worth 20% less yuan. Find that what the exchange rate should be. All right, so here 20% less. So if you think of the current value would be 100%, 100 minus 20 is 80%. Really, we could do this as a two-step process. We could find what is 20% and then subtract it. Or we could just say, well, what's 80%? 20% less is 80% of the original cost. So we'll do it actually both ways. What is 80% of 6.39? We don't want the percent sign. We move the decimal over, so that's going to be 0.80, and of means multiplication. 80% of 6.39 is approximately 5.1. Now let's do it the other way. Let's calculate it the other way. Let's find 20% of 6.39, and then we'll subtract that number from 6.39. So 20% is going to be 0.20. Of means multiplication. 6.39. That's going to be 1.278. So what is 6.39 minus 1.278? And that is approximately 5.1. So whether you want to find 20% of something, 20% off is 80% on, or if you want to find the 20% and then subtract it from the original amount, your answer is going to be the same. So the last question for this type of problem is, how much would that affect the price of the Volkswagen? All right, so in this case, the price of the Volkswagen would be 5.1 times 24,000. And 5.1 times 24,000 is 122,400. So that means 153,360 minus 122,400 is, that'd be 30,960 less in yuan.